Self-control is not something that you either have or you don't have. And it's not something that can't be learned. It's something that can only be learned. That's the only way you can get it. Some people learn it when they're children because they have parents who have taught them that there is some pleasure to be had for delaying gratification and doing what's right. But I didn't, and chances are if you're watching this, you might not have either have parents that taught you discipline. Some of us grew up looking at parents who lacked discipline, and that became our example. And some of us have had our behaviors nurtured because when you're brought up from a family that does not value self-discipline, they nurture you to be less disciplined so that they themselves don't have their lack of discipline highlighted, right? Because if your family sees you being very disciplined and they're not very disciplined, you know what that does? It tells them that there's absolutely no reason they can't be disciplined and that you've learned it, right? And people don't like that. People would rather have a disadvantage. They'd rather have something that's beyond their control that causes them to have this disadvantage where they can't be in shape, or maybe they have this disadvantage, whether it be something that they can or can't control, that keeps them from being able to be successful financially or in business. But the truth is, it's mostly just discipline. And when you're self-control, what we're talking about, that's a muscle. That's like any muscle that you have. The more you use it, the more powerful it gets. So it starts small. It starts with going to bed on time or waking up on time. I recommend start it with going to bed on time, but if that's not your style, get up on time once. You're going to be tired the next day and you'll go to bed on time. Self-control is not eating that thing that you gotta stop eating, and maybe not drinking that thing that you really ought to stop drinking. But do one thing at a time. You don't go to the gym your first day and start repping 350. You go to the gym your first day and you show up. And that's the first win. And that's a win. Celebrate that one. Show up for a week straight and talk to people. Who gives a shit? Then the next week, walk on a treadmill for 15 minutes and make that your win. And then the week after that, make it 30 minutes on the treadmill. And then after you can do that for a month, throw some weights in. Simple shit. Machine stuff. Cable machines. Do something. If you're looking for something to do, go to a channel like Jeff Cavaliere, Athlean X. He does a lot of really good stuff. And he'll show you exactly what to do. And you can do as little or as much as you want, because anything more than nothing is something. And if you're doing that at a mediocre level, it's a lot better than drinking your ass off at the weekend bar at a high level, or going out with your friends and eating your faces off and getting nowhere but the opposite of where you want to be, right? So if you just do something, if you just show up to the gym in the morning and don't even work out, you're at least building a habit that will get you to the treadmill, that might get you to the weight room, that might get you where you want to be in life. So your self-control starts small, but the more you use it, the stronger it gets, and you wake up every day with a full tank of it, whatever your full tank looks like. If your full tank right now is just going to the gym, showing up, and not working out, then that's where you are today. That's fine. Keep doing that, and you'll get bigger, better self-control muscles.